Hi, it's time for episode 5, Piet, of Czech Out Mo, reporting to you live from Prague. Well, I was in a really good mood until I got home and started looking on Facebook, and of course, then things just got really depressing. Reading news from back in the States and all the racism and so forth that's going on, and like taking really violent turns as usual. So that was a bit of a downer because otherwise I had a very nice day. It was a very long day, but a nice one. So I left the house. My phone keeps acting very strangely. It gets confused with the time between being on Wi-Fi at school and not on Wi-Fi here. So my phone didn't go off when I needed it to, but I woke up exactly when I wanted to anyway. So that was a win. And I, did my Pilates, had some coffee, and then cooked breakfast, which was, again, with those multigrain croissants. They are absolutely and totally amazing. And some chicken and some egg and some really weird mayonnaise that tasted a lot like Thousand Island. Anyway, it was a good, quick breakfast, and it was good. So then I went to school, and I took the tram again because it was there, and it's 24 crown, and that's only like 80 cents. So that's the cheapest I've paid to be on public transportation since Philadelphia in the early 90s. All right. So school was really long. We were there from 8:30 until 8:30 in the morning until well after 1800. That's when we're supposed to end, but I think I was actually there till about 1845, and when I left there were still 4 or 5 other students. We were making lesson plans for tomorrow. So today we had peer teaching, which is where we taught each other a miniature lesson for 30 minutes, and we got feedback from our teacher. She's really cool. We actually had lunch with her, and she drank a beer, and then somebody else had a beer, and then we all got, well, I didn't, but we all got hiccupy and sleepy after lunch because it's a really long day. So most of the days go from 8:30 until 1800. Tomorrow we're actually teaching real Czech students. It's kind of like student haircut day. So they are paying a discounted rate because they're getting us, and we are teachers in training. So it's going to be a bit of an experience, and we're all hoping that we're not too nervous and that we do a really good job. And someone was very worried about being able to pronounce their names, and, I said, just ask them for a go-by. Mo is not my real name. Yeah. You'll probably never hear me say my real name. They'll have like some great big ceremony for me, and they'll never say my real name. It was really funny when I was in the Air Force. I knew they were going to call me up to the stage for something because they would say senior airman and later sergeant. They would say my rank, and then they'd take a long intake of breath and look really consternated and constipated and frustrated all at the same time. It's like, oh yeah, it's my turn to go up there. Okay, I better go get whatever they have to give me. So anyway, with regard to the Czech people, I have no problem that they're going to be really cool because we are, silly Amerikansky. But I'm going to do my best. I'm learning more Czech as it goes, just day by day, learning little phrases like dobro noc. I do have a little bit of a problem with the pronunciation, though, which comes from having learned the "all" that's way down here in the throat, and that is wherever it's supposed to be a strange dropped O. I don't pronounce it as an O, I pronounce it as an all. So it makes my accent sound very strange. Made my accent strange in Italian, makes it strange in Czech. So instead of dobro noc, I say dobro noc. And yeah, there's this weird Dracula thing happening. If you're wondering about the weird Dracula thing, go watch Dracula the series starring Georgie Johnson when he was in his heyday. Absolutely drop dead gorgeous. And he had this hilarious accent that me and my brother and sister call marbles, because he spoke with a very rich, round accent, and it sounded like he had marbles. Which is yet another reference which comes from an episode of The Addams Family when Morticia was trying to teach cousin It to speak normally, and she told him to put marbles in his mouth and say the rain in Spain falls mainly on the plain, and he sounded very grand, like Georgie Johnson does on Dracula the series. Just watch clips of it if you can find it. If you can watch the whole thing, it was awesome 80s television. Anyway. So there's going to be a gay pride event, probably within a 10 minutes walk from here. I don't know how keen I am to go. It might be nice to see how they do it over here. You can kind of tell who's in town for it, just because they don't look like everybody else. You can tell people are from out of town. I'm sure that everyone can tell I'm from out of town. Of course, I am a tall black woman walking down the street wearing green lipstick and a wide-brimmed leather hat, so that may be a bit of a giveaway. However, you can kind of tell who's in town for the gay pride, and I hope that it's fun, and I hope everybody's safe, and we'll see if the weather warms up for that like it always does in San Francisco. It took a bit of a dip over the past few days, and it's actually been pretty chilly, which I don't really care. It's lovely. So it's probably going to get warmer over the weekend again if everything holds. I don't know if I'm going to go, but like I said, it might be nice to see it. They're even going to have some people that I don't like from San Francisco. And I can't figure out why I don't like them, and that makes me upset, because usually if I don't like something, I can reason why. But I don't know why I don't like the drag clown nuns. I just really have a visceral negative reaction to them. But a couple of them are going to be here, apparently, so Prague is putting itself on the gay pride map, it seems. I'm going to try to go to the castle, because I know that's probably an all-day affair, because it's kind of up the hill from where I'm staying, near Narodní třída. And I just really love castles and towers and things like that. I think one can go up the television tower. There's a miniature version of the Eiffel Tower, which is smaller than the other version of the Eiffel Tower, which is in Blackpool, which I've been to the top of. You know, if there's a tower, I'm going to be up at the top of it, trying to get over the acrophobia. Anyhow. So that's all. There's also going to be a slideshow of photographs posted. So I guess I should talk a little bit about those. One I passed, it looked like a Madonna of the Fishes. And it was just really pretty, and it looked unlike a lot of the other artwork, very primal, almost like ancient Slavic, ancient Greek in a way. So I had to take a picture of that. I know it was Madonna of the Fishes, but it looked like something else, and it was just really pretty. I had some food. I posted a picture of that, the pate that had the nuts. I think it was walnuts in it. What are the other things I took? Oh, I got a hot dog on the street. They have awesome little shops. They have tiny little juice bars, tiny little hot dog vendors that are built into the lobby of buildings. And so I stopped because I was really hungry coming home today. And I got a hot dog, and it had yummy, crispy, caramelized onions on top. So that was the bomb diggity, and it was only about $1.60. It was 39 koruna. So whatever I say, just multiply it by 4, basically. So 1 crown is about equal to $1, there we go, is equal to about 24 crown, I think it is. I might have it backwards. But either way, it's not a lot, and it was a really good hot dog. And it got me all the way the rest of the way home. I also went to a really cool tattoo parlor that is built into the stairwell almost. It's like a stairwell of a building, and so you go in and there's a bar for the most part, but then if you go upstairs there's a tiny, tiny little area up some very, very steep metal stairs, and it's called Bloody Blue Tattoo, and it's on the main road that I take to walk home, which luckily is downhill. It's on the main road that I take to go home, and I got to see Evil, and I met an old guy from Canada. Shout out to the people from Canada if you're watching. And he was getting a tattoo of the crest of Czech Republic to commemorate his family heritage. It was his first tattoo, and he had to be in his 50s. So I was like, you go, you go, old guy. So I'm probably going to check out Czech Out Mo, getting a tattoo there. And if I do, I will most likely film it here and show everybody, because tattoos would be number 13, and it would be the 3rd country in which I've gotten tattoos. I have them from the United States, Chicago, and Texas, and I have them from, and California, and then I have some from England and some from Italy. I didn't get any in South Korea because I didn't speak enough Korean to trust looking for someone to tattoo. Besides which, I want an old-fashioned traditional one, but I think I would have had to tangle with some people of ill repute if I had tried to do that. It was enough that when I went to the bathhouse, all the old Korean ladies looked at me like I was insane, because I am covered in tattoos, and some of them have a bit of a mythical slant. So the only thing that saves me is that I was loud with an obnoxious American accent, and I'm black, so obviously I was from the Air Force or the Army bases. Anyway, enough of that. Probably going to go back and get a tattoo, because the tiny little tattoo that I want to commemorate my now stolen motorcycle, which still has not been found, is only going to cost me about 1,000 crown, which is about $40. Okay. I think I've done enough rambling for tonight, so I'm going to post this, and I love everybody. Ciao, ciao!